Hey everyone, how you doing? This is everyone's favorite Draconic Saberwolf on the internet, and once more we're looking at Darkside Phil. Today, he's not poor, guys. He has a very nice rant about how he's doing well. He's just, I don't know where we're all getting this from, but he's doing great. He's not a broke bitch. He's just someone who likes to game and gets all the money, and we're just all a bunch of idiots. So, without further ado, here's Phil.
Ow!
Shout out Snarpernell. Oh yeah,
Cheers.
this is the DSP ties it. DSP ties it. So this is what you get when you give $1,500 to Darkside Phil. Here's your reward. Are you enjoying it? Are you not entertained? You should be. You paid good money for it. Thank you for the
I've
slow
always eaten sideways like a taco.
Like to get some more fall attire for you guys. And, people have been, it's funny, people have been complimenting me recently on my looks, how I look on stream, and saying now that I actually look way more professional. But of course, then there's idiots who are like,
I'm going to press X to doubt. Or, again, there are trolls who are gassing you up.
it looks like he's rich, but he's actually poor. I'm like, no, I'm not poor. That's the dumb narrative of broken idiots on the internet who are jealous of me. I'm not poor, stupid. But that's actually the impression people are getting now. They think I'm poor because of this drama this week. Whatever you say.
Phil. Can I call you Phil? I'm going to call you Phil. It's either there, dumbass. The reason everyone thinks you're poor is because you beg like a crackhead on the side of the street. I have never seen, even like crackheads on the side of the street don't quite beg as bad as you do. And to anyone else, that would look like someone who is broke. You know, someone's like, please, for love, I must get this money. We have to hit these goals. You can spin it that, oh, I'm just trying to like raise momentum. But again, you beg like a bitch. And you also complain a lot about things that happen in your house. Not to mention the whole like, I'm doing well, I'm doing good. That only happened because of the Kino Casino arc. And you got like $5,000 in like 3 streams. I don't remember what it was, but he made a lot of money. And third, no one is saying that, but like, we're not equating you to like you making money, because it always feels like you're going, guys, I make all this money. I make all this money begging for my tips, begging for pennies. Yes, you do make a lot of money, but you spend it like a moron. And unless you prove otherwise, I'm going to believe that you have no savings, you have no retirement, you are a 43-year-old man who has a leaky shower that's probably leaking to the drywall, and you probably haven't fixed it. Now, whether that's laziness or, destitution, remains to be seen. And Zern says, Phil should sell merch again, particularly a dictionary, because I'm fairly certain he has some alternate definitions for words like good and success. That's the other thing. Zern brings up a great point. For me personally, I don't really say he's broke. I mean, he is, but that's because he spends all his money. But he is not successful, is what we're saying. If you have to live hand to mouth every single day, you are not successful. You are not a success story. You are surviving, which he even says himself a couple times. Like, guys, I'm surviving. I don't know what the whole... Yeah, a lot of people want to do more than just survive. And you are in the weird, like, position where you have enough sycophants where you could be thriving, but then you spend it on stupid shit, and oops, it's back to... I wouldn't be surprised if we get humble or begging Phil. No, not begging Phil. Like desperate Phil in like the next, I don't know, 6 months, a year, because he spends his money so stupidly, and then once it's gone and the taxes come due or some big expense comes in, then he's like, guys, I need this money. Although I'm curious, because now he's doing this whole like, I'm successful arc. What's going to happen when he has to go back? I feel like we're going to reach this point where he really needs that money, but he also wants to try to keep his ego. It's going to be greed versus ego, and I'm curious to see which is going to win out. Knight says Desperate Phil needs to take his humble pills. He really does.
Tipping is really the best way that you can help me out right now. As little as $1 helps, okay?
Let's see. Nick Smith with another $2 super chat. People who have problems with you drinking probably have liver disease themselves. It's not that they have liver disease, is that they're idiots. Like, once a month, okay, once a freaking month, I'll do a marathon and I'll have a few shots during the marathon. Even the recent marathons, I've barely even had that many. I think the last marathon.
You know why you haven't had many shots during those marathons? It's because you charge $100 a fucking shot, and then when you're not, and then you also put rules to it, so no one wants to buy you shots. You moron. He's gonna go into some more stuff later, but Zern says lazy and destitution in these areas. Phil excels. He does. He is very good at being a broke ass bum. Also, he is an idiot, and we've seen the bottles when he brings them over from. Now that he has like a marathon a month, you can see like a lot of those bottles go dry really pretty quick. Like, and not to mention he drinks now on Truck Sim. He's going to be drinking on Chill with Phil. Like, and no one would give you shit for this, Phil, if you hadn't said at some point that you were a recovering alcoholic. When you did that, it kind of gave everyone carte blanche to dunk on you when you mentioned alcohol. Knight says, Phil, plenty of people who don't drink and who have never drank will call you out for your alcoholism. For example, me. You know? And granted, I'm from Wisconsin. We're known for drinking. So, yeah. Like, we can tell. And everyone else can as well. That you might have... Well, you have an addictive personality. Look at your freaking mobile game stuff. No normal person would do that. But he'll
5 or 6 shots over the course of like 12 hours. A shot every 2 hours on a stream. Oh, he's an alcoholic. When I do my Truck Sim streams, I drink 2 cans. You know, this is the extent of my drinking. But these people are mental. They think, oh, well, because he does that, obviously that means that he's constantly drinking at all times. There's actually people who say this giant thermos of filtered water is alcohol.
Oh my God, he's drinking gin. Gin is great.
They're retarded. It's the only explanation.
I will say I don't personally subscribe to that, but if it's true, why don't you just take a big pull from it? Go at like, and now he'll probably, if he ever did see this, he'll probably like replace water, take a big drink, and be like, see, the detractors are morons. But like, you should just take a big swig. You just like, you know, sucked it right up and mean like I saw that little pansy drink you did. That doesn't prove anything. That's a sipping motion. Zern says it's also because Phil is very uninspiring. Yet another area Phil excels at. So multi-talented, but in traditional Phil fashion, it's in the worst way. Yeah, he is the best at all the worst things. So good job, Phil.
I mean, you have to be stupid. There's no one else who would actually believe that. So, yeah, I don't know what.
Phil, I know I'm going to pause a lot for this, but like, you can't just keep calling people stupid and be like, I won that argument. First of all, no one believes you. Second of all, you can't just be like, guys, that guy is a big idiot poo-poo pants. And like, that's some schoolyard bullshit, Phil. Why don't you come up with receipts? Why don't you prove it for once? You're not gonna. Now, to be fair, I don't know how you would, except to not drink. But yeah, they're gonna speculate that you drink a lot because you drink a lot. You know, on stream and during the marathons, before it dried up, you're drinking quite a bit. A lot of people say you drunk text at 2, 3, 4 in the morning. You have done nothing to disprove that. So just this whole like they're stupid because they said, like, fuck off, Phil. Really?
Else to say.
Sometimes Phil would insult other people or get into this really defensive mode where he would attack and just be very negative and toxic. If we hit $182 on today's stream, I'm going to count it as 2 goals hit because we should have hit it last night. We should have. 100%. And we didn't because the game failed, and that's not your fault. That's not my fault. That's just an unforeseen circumstance, and that's bullshit. So if we go a little extra on this stream and we get to 182, that's $32 extra. That would have been enough to make up for last night's goal, and we will hit that goal. I'll count it as 2 today instead of 1. So let's get that momentum going. Let's get support for the stream. Let's get to 182, and we'll say it's 2. Okay?
So what Storm Brunel said in the beginning is pretty apt for this. Like, the gymnastics that this man is doing in order to hit these arbitrary goals that no one actually gives a fuck about except for him and certain detractors. Like, oh, like the math that he just did. Like, if I add this to this, so we put they're your goals, Phil. Do whatever you want. There's no one holding your balls to the fire that says you got to make sure that you get this goal by this, or else, you know, we'll take away your fast food. It's a weird pride thing. I don't, other than like wanting more fast food or being very prideful, probably the latter, that he cares about these arbitrary, stupid goals. Guys, if I add this to that, and we just, you know what, Phil, just say $300 for the day and you hit like 2 goals. Just go with that. You know, and every time this isn't the first time he's moved the goalpost either. First it was just tips, then it was tips and everything, then it was recurring members, and then all this stuff. He fakes tips, all for the pride of these goals that no one gives a fuck about. No one fucking cares. Except for you and certain detractors. And it's mostly just to make fun of you because you get salty whenever you miss a goal and they poke fun of you at it. If you didn't have the goals at all, you'd probably live a better life. But he needs that money. He really does.
I mean, it's rare when I have to come out and say, guys, we really need tons of money today. When do I say that, right? Very rarely. I mean, like I said,
Also, Knight says, calling someone stupid doesn't mean you win an argument. And then something about politics, which I'm not going to put on the YouTube.
One time was the end of last year when a tax situation came up out of nowhere. I don't feel that I'm in a situation where I do those kind of things. You know, sadly there are people out there who exploit, and they find ways to exploit constantly.
John Smith with a $2 super chat. Bring on a guest that's like your size, laughing out loud. What do you mean? Wait a minute.
John is, by the way, another OIC.
What are you saying? Hold on a second. You have to understand something, John Smith. No one is as big as me when it comes to internet fame. I am the epitome. You know what I'm saying? I'm the top. So I have to get people who are below my stature on the show, or else I'll never have a guest. You understand? There's no one who equates to Dark Side Phil. So we just have to look below the level of the royalty. You understand? Like, listen, Wings is no king, but he's still...
Oof. Wait, hold on.
He's an entertaining guy. He's okay to have on the show. All right?
Oh, my God. I almost threw up a little in my mouth for that. Just the cringe. And, you know, there's something to be said for having a whole theme and stuff like that. But you can tell just in the way he talks that he really believes this. First of all, just absolutely minimizing his former guest, which is Wings of Redemption. And just... oh, like, no one is above, like, this self-inflation of grandiose, like, oh, no one's better than me. And then he'll try and probably play off, like, ha, you know, isn't that a funny joke? But no, he really believes this. I believe he believes this. This is just him being able to say something that he is all the way up here, and Wings and everyone else is down here, and we only get to look up at him in awe and glory. This is a lot of the problem that he has, in all honesty. He has a very big ego problem, and it's very fragile, which makes for a bad target. Well, a bad target for him. Great target for us. But he really does believe that. He believes Wings is 100% beneath him. Anyone who he interviews is going to be just beneath him. If the King of Casino came back, they'd be beneath him. If he's trying to get Asmongold to interview, he probably thinks that way about Asmongold, who has a 1 million sub channel. Oh yeah, and Poofy Hui says this. Yeah, Age Like Milk since he's getting big guest stream. Like he is getting one of the biggest guest streams he has ever had in his entire life. At least in the last couple of years I've been covering him. Like this is a make or break. And I do have more things to say on the Asmongold stream, but that'll be a different video because that gets covered more. But this ego, he does think this. He thinks he's a king, and that's why he deserves all our money. And then we're below him. Just the peasantry. Zern says, what the fuck is below Phil? Some ancient computer from the 80s in the junkyard playing static with its last byte is above Phil. Yeah, it really is. Anyone could be on his stream and probably school him. I could go on. Like, Phil, I'll still debate you. Like, you know, you want an interview, I can give you one. Yeah, the fake coke
Oh
laugh.
my God, he's drinking
Guys,
wings
I'm joking. Did you hear my joke
and
laugh?
at a time when the internet has absolutely no idea what they're talking about, insulting me out of context, saying that I'm a broke bum who needs to beg and is desperate for money. I have days like today that are amazing. And so again, the internet just wants to talk junk and be toxic about me all the time. Literally has no idea.
You're right.
Of reality. People saying dumb stuff like, I would rather work 2 jobs at McDonald's than be DSP. Well, that.
I'm just gonna like say this right now before I get into everything else. You are a fucking clown. So I can understand why most people wouldn't want to be you. But that aside, you know, keep dancing. Here's like all of this stuff, like, oh, the internet shits on me, and they're out of context thing, which your biggest detractor or one of your biggest detractors just makes clips of you. There's no out of context. He just does raw clips of like 20 minutes of you just talking. So I don't know where this out of context bullshit he always get, like, oh, it's always out. Who's out of context? You? Are you saying that you're out of context? Because no one else takes this out of context. And the second thing is, this all false positivity is just insane. All you have to do is wait for this man to miss the goal 4 or 5 streams, and he goes absolutely apeshit. So you'll have to excuse us, Phil, for believing that you are a broke-ass bum who is desperate for money. Because when you don't hit the goal for like 3 or 4 times, you become a crazy person who is just frothing at the mouth and just, I don't get why we get this goal. It doesn't happen for the first time or the second time. Usually can keep his composure. If he hits 3 in a row where he doesn't get the goal, or like one where it's not even close, you will see the true Phil. The beggy, broke bum Phil. And I'll also say this, if it's not true, if you are successful, if you are someone who has like a bunch of money socked away, what you're doing is even worse, in my opinion. You are wringing your audience for every last penny. You are putting people into destitution just so that you can get more money? Like, that makes you a fucking scumbag, in my opinion. If you have enough money, you shouldn't be begging the way you beg. You should maybe do a call to action every once or twice, and then put the content in the bag. So the fact that you, like, there is a whole channel dedicated to the number of times you beg. The fact that you do that, and if you're well off, makes you an even bigger scumbag than if you are actually destitute and you're bad with your money and stuff like that. In my opinion, I really believe that.
That's because you're stupid, misinformed idiot. My life is great. My
no,
work
you're
is great.
stupid.
Everything is great. We all enjoy each other's company. People love what I.
Oh, did you see it? I call this out every single time. I'm actually going to rewind it. Watch when he says everything is great. Watch his head.
Be DSP.
Also,
well,
the
that's
arms.
Because you're stupid, misinformed idiot.
Watch the head.
My life is great. My work is great. Everything is great. We all enjoy each other's company. People love what I do.
Every single thing he said, even he doesn't believe. Now, again, I'm not an expert in body language, but I did study a little bit. And when you're saying something declarative like that, and you're just shaking your head, you are telling us you do not believe what you are saying. It's a very typical tactic to try and discern truth from lie. Even he knows down at some level that his life sucks, that he is not doing well, that he is not happy, like just from his mannerisms. So, you know, you kind of show yourself, or you show your hand every time you talk about this, because I have yet to see a time where he says he's happy and he's doing well where he's not shaking his head subconsciously.
Why on earth would I ever want to do something else? I'd have to be a complete idiot, because this is amazing and it's positive fun. Unlike the toxic people who talk about me all the time and have no clue what they're talking about.
I don't know. I'm having fun. You guys having fun? I'm having a lot of fun. You know, it's something that we do. You know, we just take a little time and we get to dunk on you, and you know, everyone has a little fun. Zern says, who needs body language? It's Phil. He's so full of shit. The only thing that ever comes out of his mouth. Yeah, I mean, we all know he's a lying liar who lies. But it's just a little added icing on the cake to prove that he is a lying liar who lies. You know,
all they can do to get any kind of attention for themselves is to insult others.
Yeah,
I can sit here and play Pokemon and have a good time.
Yeah, he's whining like a bitch now.
Just the fact you had to crash out for like 30 seconds and then say, hey guys, actually I'm doing fine. And I get to play Pokemon. First of all, you're playing Pokemon. Just kidding, for all you Pokemon fans. I haven't played Pokemon in a long time, but yeah, you do you. But yeah.
Monty talks. You are such an idiot. He says, do you know the least successful people are ones who have to say they're successful every day to cope? No.
Ding, 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 ding. Score a point for Monty.
I say it every day because people tell me I'm not, but I am. I don't sit around just saying I'm successful. People literally every day on the internet say, Phil's broke, Phil's a bum, Phil hates his job.
Phil, I thought you don't listen to your detractors. So what's all this about being told every day that you are a brokie bum who sucks and is stupid if you're not watching people call you a brokie bum who is dumb and stupid? I thought you let that it's water off a duck's back for you, Phil. But now you're saying, oh no, I see it every day, so I have to respond to it every day. First of all, no you fucking don't. You can just let it go. You don't have to respond every time because you are doing what is commonly called feeding the trolls, which is a bad thing. And secondly, that guy is right. If he keeps, guys, I'm actually successful. Like, that's the person that is trying to convince you they're successful, who is not. If you are successful, you should just let the success show for you. You know? A rich person usually does not show that they are rich. It's a poor person trying to be rich that tries to look rich, you know? Or something like that. I don't remember what the exact quote is. Knight says he should see a doctor. Same thing comes out both ends. Shit, yeah.
Phil has no fans.
Exactly.
Phil's wife left him. Phil is, literally every single thing they say about me is false. It's not like it used to be where it was like, man, Phil's toxic and he says sexist, racist things in his content and he insults others all the time. Literally, that was true. Over the years, I changed and improved. Now the things they say are actual lies. But people are so ignorant on the internet, they just believe it all.
So butthurt and...
Phil, you're telling us not to believe our lying eyes? You literally crashed out on Kick because they weren't giving you support, and then you paywalled a Kick feature until they gave you money and told them to never ever ask you for anything again because they wouldn't give you money. That's not toxic, right? It is, Phil. It's 100% toxic, and I'm pretty sure the only reason you had to turn that back on is because Kick threatened you, because that's part of their TOS.
So defensive that I was like, this is fucking great. I can't believe it.
They're so dumb. I don't know what else to say. So, I'm not sitting here coping. I'm actually telling you the truth. If you
says the guy who's been coping for like the last 15 minutes.
Think it's a cope, it's because you're an idiot who doesn't see facts. You actually right now would tell me I'm broke. Really?
This guy is a master debater. Oh, You're an idiot. Oh, okay, but do you have anything to the point? Yeah, you're an idiot. That's my point. Phil, shut the fuck up. Just play the game. Just put the gaming content in the basket if you don't want to deal with this.
Really? I'm broke. I sat around on a podcast, I'm playing Pokemon, and I'm doing incredibly well for myself, but you think I'm broke. So when I say I'm not broke, I'm successful, take a look and say, oh, that's a Coke. That's not a Coke. That's me explaining reality to you because you're so disturbed and deluded in your head you believe otherwise. What you need is a reality check. You need someone to actually slap sense into you.
Oh, threatening violence, Phil. That's real cheerful, positive content. Someone's got to slap some sense into these detractors. Phil, you don't even need a reality check. You need like an actual check from someone who will pay your bills. Because here's the thing. You made $150 or $300. Woohoo, who cares? You're going to spend it all. We all know you're going to spend it all. And you're going to do it on DoorDash or Gin and mobile games. I know it's a trope. Or maybe something else. But you're going to waste that money. You're not going to have savings. You're not going to have retirement. We know you spend more than you make. We know that you buy shit probably on credit. The whole setup's probably on credit, despite the fact you made 5 figures probably just from the casino arc alone. So you are a broke bitch. Just because you made money does not mean you are a broke bitch. There are quite a few rich people who are broke bitches because they spend more than they make. Look at Nicolas Cage. There's a reason he has to do so many movies. It's because he spends a lot of money. And Zern says, I'm a shit person. Really, I'm not just in the ways they say now. Honestly, believe me, idiots. Yeah, what a strange, try to own the detractors. Guys, I was racist and sexist. Now I'm just a normal douchebag. I mean, kudos, I guess. Good job. He's still sexist and racist. He just doesn't say on stream. Knight says he also needs a mental health check. He really does. Someone should put this man in a ward. Get him some actual help. He really needs it. He really, really does.
Maybe a relative, a family member, a psychiatrist, someone. Because you're so delusional.
Jesus Christ. He's really calling people delusional. Phil, you live in your house all day, every day, going out once a week, maybe, to go to Costco to buy whatever, or go to the dump. But what? Probably all day, 6 days a week minimum, you are confined to that house. And for at least 2/3 of it, waking, you are in that room, surrounded by your sycophants. You are probably in one of the most delusional headspaces I've ever seen, because you ignore anyone who tells you otherwise, and you just have your dent kissing your ass. Or detractors who are LARPing, who roleplay it. So to say anyone else is delusional is laughable in the extreme.
Oh my God, he's drinking gin. Yes. Tonight on the late stream, okay, it is going
he made
to be
$300. Woo,
Chill
whoopee,
with
which
Phil
is actually probably
edition.
$250.
And what I mean by that is, instead
After
of it being
fees
a
and
regular
whatnot.
Chill with Phil stream, I'm going to have a couple of alcoholic ciders like I normally would have done during a truck sim stream. The thing is, people wanted truck sim, but I was like, I don't want to do truck sim again, because then truck sim is going to be done too often, and then people are going to get bored of it. You know, I don't want.
He is introducing more alcohol to his streaming schedule. But not an alcoholic, guys.
People to get bored of truck sim. I like doing it once a week. So instead, we are just going to relax tonight. There's still this back here.
Well, that was it. Yeah, he's doing Chill with Phil, but drinking. So, yeah, to make it make sense, someone, I don't get it. And the fact that people actually hang out and give him money during Chill with Phil is insanity. I mean, I've granted probably a bunch of it's detractors or whales trying to prop up, because we all know he's trying to shift away from gameplay. This man hates video games. If he could, he would just sit his ass in front of the camera, turn it on, and just kind of have his audience run his stream for him and just talk shit and then make $300, which I guess, I mean, maybe his detractors do feel his content, but get prepared. I don't think he will, though. I mean, he's tried it 3 times already. He is such a shit commentator. It's never going to work for him. He may as well just sit. He needs that game. That's why he's so focused on games, because he needs that game to be the entertainment. He is not entertaining. He needs the game to be the stimulant in his streams, when really it should be the other way around. He's the entertainment. The games are just the background for that entertainment to happen. But of course, that would mean he's an actually good streamer, which we all know he is not. But that's it for this one. Thank you all for watching. If you like what you saw, make sure you be like a werewolf and like and subscribe. We're on a race to 1,000 because, as I said in the last one, every time a detractor makes money off Phil, an angel gets his wings. So hopefully we'll see. Oh, and Cern does say the calm of dull stagnation should not be mistaken for chill, right? That it's not chill with Phil. It's just Phil. And I'm sure he'll probably pop off more than once during those streams too. So it's not really chill either, because I think most of those streams are where they get the whole like Kino Casino and all those crash outs too. But yes, take care everyone, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye. All right. Well,